Hey, it's Michael, and welcome to another podcast episode. Before I get into today's episode, we wanted to make an offer to you. If you go to firmsconsulting.com, you will see a pop-up or you will see a place to add in your email address, or you can register on the Firms Consulting website. If you register onto that website, you get put into an exclusive list. And what you get in that exclusive list is samples of the content we have available to FC insiders. For example, you could get a sample episode of Competitive Strategy with Kevin Coyne. Kevin Coyne is an ex-McKinsey partner, former worldwide head of strategy, and he had served something like over 25 CEOs on a personal level on a one-to-one basis over his career. Kevin also has a program called How to Become a McKinsey Partner. It's the first time ever a McKinsey partner has gone on record talking about what is actually required to become a partner, and you'll find it's very different from what you think is required. How to Develop Deep Insights, which I have put together, one of our most popular programs, the Electric Car Startup. You will get sample episodes of all of those programs and more if you sign up to this list. So, that said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest Strategy Skills podcast, and we are in the middle of a pandemic sweeping across the entire world. So today's episode is going to be giving you a summary, or maybe better word is introducing a program we've recently released, which helps our clients understand what they can do right now if they are quarantined, or if their careers are stalled, or if they're locked away at home. What can they do right now to use what's happening with the crisis as an opportunity to propel or reinvent their careers? And the reason we've done this is because we've seen many of our clients responding to us and telling us what they're going to do, but by and large, I would say 95% of them, maybe even a bigger number, are responding incorrectly. They are letting external factors, things outside their control, dictate the narrative of what they would do. Almost none of them, in fact, I would say none of them, understand the big opportunity they have been given and how they can use this opportunity to alter their careers. They've cut investments in their training and development. They think the world is falling down. They are making some severe mistakes which will severely handicap them very quickly. And they are forgetting that a crisis presents you with the biggest, fastest, and dare I say it, the most sustainable way to shift a career, your career, in a better way. So of course it's sad that it happened. We should feel bad and try to help people, but don't forget that you didn't cause this. And finding opportunities in a crisis is not a bad thing, because the world needs to go forward. The world needs people who can figure out things. So the program we've put together, 3 episodes, but it's very powerful because it's very practical, which everyone can use. It talks about the 8 ways you can reframe or recontextualize the crisis to understand why it's an opportunity for you personally at a very practical level to transform your career. We're not talking about vague, nebulous concepts about how your company can be faster. And we're not talking about things like that. We're talking about what can you do if you are in your apartment, sequestered away. What can you do to use this to your benefit? So we start off with the 8 reasons how you can go about reframing the crisis to understand why it's an opportunity. And then I'm going to offer you 6 examples of things either I've done or things I've done with clients to use a major crisis to transform a career. And those examples come from existing programs we have, so you can listen to the summary I give you in the program, or you can listen to the more detailed episodes if you want. Then, in the second episode, I shift from thinking about the crisis in a different way to planning for how you're going to respond to transform your career. And I make you look at 2 considerations. One is about how to think about how to manage your finances, and then about how to think about the way you prepare for the next crisis. Then I present the plan. This is still episode 2. In the plan, the point I want to make here is that when you work with someone in a crisis, the relationship you develop is different from a relationship you would develop with the same person if you worked with them in a non-crisis situation. And that matters. It creates a certain kind of bond that is very important. I also talk about why, if you want to change your career, you shouldn't focus on the work you are doing. It's not going to matter. You have to focus on the kind of relationships you are building and how to do that. And then I talk about what to do once your quarantine is over, whether it's 2 weeks, 1 week, 4 weeks, and you get back to the office. There are certain things you need to do to make sure that you benefit from the changes that you created as a result of the crisis. Finally, in the third episode, I talk you through how to keep the mindset that we would have developed for you in the first episode about seeing opportunities and not crises. And I will present 6 important things you need to do. This is the implementation episode, doing it, right? The 6 important things you need to do to implement the idea of using a crisis to generate a major change for your career. And what I'm hoping here is that our clients and our readers, our listeners, don't just sit down and say the world is over. No, this is a big opportunity for you. If you look at everything we teach, we say that a crisis is when you transform your career and your life. You've been given a crisis, but only you can transform your career and your life. So I hope that you do that. Now, if you're listening to this and you want to continue receiving these episodes, please go to firmsconsulting.com. That's firmsconsulting.com, and either register for free, or you can go to one of our opt-ins and put in your email address for free again, and we'll send you a sample of some of our best content. You can also go to YouTube and see some of our best videos. And if you like the podcast, please leave a review. And if you have questions, also leave a review, because they become the foundation for future episodes. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing the episode. Finally, I want you to remember that the only way to get access to our special offers, the only way to get our special pricing, and the only way to get samples of our content is to join the list on firmsconsulting.com. It's the only way also to get access to our unique advanced content that we make available to insiders. So if you want to get a sneak peek of things, test it out, see what's in there, this is the place to go. And finally, I want to thank you again for making us one of the largest podcast channels around the world for careers and for the 2 million downloads and counting.